Taurus, how you doing, guys? Good morning. It is very early in the morning in Britain. How are you, Brittany, Brian, Beth, no, Bethy? Let's see, or anybody again with Brian? So you could be saying good morning to someone quite a lot. Or Charlotte, also hearing Charlotte. Anyway, Taurus, let's see what we've got coming up. So what we are doing, you're going to have to just give me a moment in order to come round. So, hold on a minute. Is that a message? So, I feel like someone visits quite a lot. And they're always kind of like, morning, morning, morning. And they kind of like visit quite a lot. Okay. Or you're always talking to someone very early in the morning. Okay. Someone just does love to say good morning. Okay. Good morning, Britain. So, there could be someone from Britain here. Anyway, Taurus, so what we're going to do is what we do over on YouTube. I hope you guys like this format because a few people have been saying that they appreciate this instead of the same old, same old. So we're going to do this and then clarify them. Then we're going to look into this deck, which is in the shadows. Excuse me. And then we are going to clarify those two and see what you've got coming up. I'm also hearing a gynecologist, whatever a gynecologist is, or a psychologist, gynecologist. Some of you, it might be mental health or anything like that. Okay, it might be talking to someone of mental health, psychologist or psychology, or you're just into that kind of stuff of the brain. Anyway, let's see. You got love on the brain. That could be this card that's in this deck, actually. Let's see if it comes out. So, Taurus, anything for them to be aware of this week, please, starting from the 6th. What should Taurus be aware of in their environment and around them? Anything that you want Taurus to be aware of, please. So, you've got Queen Rising. Let me put my specs on. I'm really not prepared this morning, Taurus. Queen Rising, stepping into power, praised and... I can never really see that because it's always it's written in red and then it merges in. Coming up, I think it says, coming up in spotlight. Okay, but Queen Rising. So you could have a Queen energy in the rising, which could be any element, I suppose. But rising up into power. Okay, so I definitely think it's about money and stuff like that, being successful. Okay, challenging, learn a lot, wise, someone that's very... Like I said, midlife, definitely older person, very wise, above their years, that kind of stuff here. Let's see. Halo. What's her name that sings Halo? So I'm hearing anybody beginning with H. Looks like her. It probably is her, the singer. But yeah, like anybody beginning with like Henry, Haley. That kind of name. Let's see, Taurus, anything for them to be aware of. So there's Jen on her holidays in her hat. So she moves in silence. But yeah, what's this then? Queen Rising moves in silence. Basically just keeping everything that you have and what you do to yourself. Just kind of like, if I've got money, I'm keeping it to myself. If I've got something to say, I'm just going to keep it to myself. I'm just going to try not to think or speak negatively of anything. Okay? So it's kind of like someone in the background there that doesn't really want to cause any drama. Or angelic karma. Or Angela. Let's see, Taurus. There you go, love on the brain. So there's the love on the rocks, the love on the brain card. So, I don't know, it just feels like that there's not a lot going on, but I'm just kind of starting to remain in my power and realising that silence is mightier than the pen, okay? So, kind of like, if I remain silent, okay, and I'm not saying too much and I'm not very forceful, then I realise, Jen, that that what seems to work better for me. Okay, so love on the brain is basically where you must be looking for love, so you must be single here. Okay, looking for love, and fantasizing and daydreaming and nostalgic energy. So it's kind of like trying to manifest something by not thinking or speaking negatively of others or anyone. Okay, feels like that you've learned something here, Taurus, or your partner has, or someone in your environment seems to have adapted to the circumstance that sometimes silence is better than too much talking. Okay. because it might have realised that someone likes to be peaceful and quiet. Okay, it's really what I'm picking up. Or a choir. So like something to do with gospel choirs or making music or in a church or something like that. But I definitely keep hearing that someone is adapted to someone's environment, that they realise that this person loves peace and quiet and silence. And that seems to help the scenario other than what it does of forcing vocabulary here. Definitely keep hearing the name Brianna or Brian here. Love on the brain, Brian, Brainy, Brianna, Anna. Let's see. We're not going to take that one. Taurus. I'm really not with it this morning, Taurus. Taurus. Any messages for Taurus to be aware of this week? So you got idol. Loved, respected, admired and idolised fan. So it's kind of like you're listening to something that may be spiritual and actually understanding it and learning it here. Okay, now you could be an idol fan. There could be people that are idolising you, Taurus. Okay, and that you're realising that silence is the better way and just kind of not thinking about love, not really thinking about too much at all, and realising that you're drawing a load of attraction. But or into law of attraction or Laura or Lucy or Lucifer. But realising that silence, if I don't speak ill will and I don't think ill will, okay, then I'm basically going to be able to think more clearly. And if I do, then I realise that people want my attention. Okay, the more I actually think of myself and really think of nothing, then I realise that people are actually loyal to me for that. So it feels like that you or someone in your environment has learned a valid lesson. Oh my God, that looks so much like her as well. What was her name? I forget what her name was. Baby Tarot, was it? I don't know. Water Baby Tarot. Looks just like her. But Water Baby Tarot, I don't know. But it looks just like her. I don't actually watch her anymore, but yeah. Looks just like her. Excuse me. Wow. I got up late this morning. I had a really good sleep, Taurus, and I got up late. And I've just kind of been sitting back, and it is Sunday, I suppose. Just relaxing, doing this kind of thing here, just chilling, not really doing much. Okay, it feels like this, realising if I overexert myself and I overthink and I overanalyse, that's not really going to help any scenario. And that what I do feel is just chilled and relaxed. Okay, Jack, Julia, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. Let's see. Or you could have love on your brain of someone that is in the public eye. Someone that, or if you're in the public eye, someone could be idolising over you, Jen. If you're in the public eye, someone could be idolising over your look here. Because it feels like looking over. Let's see. Taurus. Don't forget you can watch this as Sag, Taurus, or Life Path 5s as well, Taurus. Taurus. Any messages for Taurus to be aware of? You've got good cards, really. Spiritual hater. Oh, dear. That's not a good card. So hates on your spiritual light, magic and power. Fuck them. Who cares? You get a lot of people like that. Especially spiritual people as well. So I'm just going to have to stand off camera a second, Taurus. I've got a man problem. Sorry, us men do get itches in those crevices that really do not want to be rummaging around in. That was really annoying me. Have you ever seen Cheech and Chong where he gets put in a strap like that and he starts scratching? But like, yeah, a little bit like that one. Anyway, let's do one more card and then just get on with your goddamn reading. Taurus, what has Taurus got coming up that they need to be aware of this week? So you got kissing ass, so it is. I don't know if you've got anybody around you that is generally spiritually hating, but this is pretty much kissing your ass at the same time, so I don't know. It might be someone that I like what you have, but I don't like what you do. You know, I like what you have, I just don't like you, but I just like the messages that you give. I've had it quite a few times. People don't like me specifically because they don't like the way I do things. but they do watch because they want to take the info that they're getting. So it just, I don't know, very strange people, but it's kind of like that sort of stuff, right? I like what you have and I like what you do, I just don't like you. But kissing ass, so I don't know, it's like someone's trying to get with you, but if I'm honest, it feels like you or this partner, like, because it can be the other one that someone's trying to get with, this person's kind of like, no, you're a dickhead, I don't want to be with you. And the more that they realise that they are pulling away, it more makes the other person beg for forgiveness. It's kind of like someone's realised, oh, the single life really isn't too bad. And I'm actually really enjoying myself being single and idolised. You know, I'm getting loads of attention and I'm single and I can do what I want. So it's kind of like playing the field a little bit, kind of not in a bad way, okay, not in a bad way, because I don't like that when there's like a lot of like, you know, getting someone really interested in me in order to be fucking nasty to the person. But like that, flirting around a few people, maybe just kind of getting a bit of interest, but making your choice between which ones that you want, who's serious, who's a spiritual hater, who's a dickhead. And I realised that I'm kind of, you know, realising that people idolise me, the more I don't pay attention to these people, okay? This is something very big in my energy that I had to look at as a lesson, Taurus, here. I've had to alter my readings of not paying attention to people that are stupid, okay, because it ruins my readings and it ruins your guys' readings. So there's a lot of stuff like that I have to kind of work on, of not biting back and trying to just kind of not participate in reading it or looking too far into it here. So it draws attraction. So it's kind of like, for you guys, you might have an ex, okay, and they realise that you're not paying any attention to them anymore at all. And because you've realised that you're not, they're actually starting to kiss your ass because you don't want them. That's normally the way it works here. Norman or Normington or Nigel or Niall, anybody like that kind of name, Noel or Nigel, Noel, Norman, Normington, Norris. Let's see. Queen Rising. Queen Rising. Why do they have Queen Rising? So Cancerian, life path 7. Someone's rising up into power. They could have quite a lot of money. They might have a nice car. Okay. And they're doing really well financially. Okay. So for you guys here, I believe a lot of you, like Danielle, right? Your ex or whatever partner was Taurus, right? You're a life path 7. Jen, you're a Taurus, right, here, with Cancer in your chart. So you guys are really moving up in power here. You're kind of realising quite a lot spiritually that you, the more you rise up in your own power and start feeling energised and kind of like single and vibrate, you know, that you're just single, it's kind of like this energy of where you're kind of enjoying that energy of maybe making the past partner squirm. Yeah, because like, you know, you're a dickhead, you don't like what I do, you kind of tricked me and you fooled me and blah, blah, blah. And now you realise that you don't have me in your life and I can do what the fuck I want. And you're kind of like rising up into your own kind of energy here, which is really good. Realising the more I don't communicate with the person that actually doesn't like me or want me or might trick me or fool me, the more I do that, the more I teach this dickhead from the past a valuable lesson here. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, Dave? So, yeah, it really does feel like that you guys are moving up here. Moves in silence. Moves in silence. 10 of Piscean. So some of you, you're just realising the more I remain focused and driven spiritually and mentally and emotionally, and that I've got all of that under control, and the more I don't engage with negative people or negative thoughts or negative, like I said, for me, that would be YouTube, like, you know, comment sections, the more I don't read into it and the more I don't see it, And the more I don't engage in negative thoughts or people, I don't have that negative thought. Like, for instance, Taurus, like if I was to read a comment and it was really awful, that would stick in my brain and it would probably come up in my reading. So then I would go on a rant, okay? So what I've learned, if I disengage from those kind of things there, and I just turn it off and forget about it, okay, and just leave the comment section and people alone over on YouTube, the more I don't engage with negative people, right? So it doesn't affect your anger, your aggression, and start like thinking, fuck, I really need to retaliate back to these people, okay? Retaliation is normally the worst thing. It's a valuable lesson, one I've had to really endure. But it feels like that kind of message here, the more I forget about negative people or negative environment or negative people, and the more I don't engage with these people, the more I actually draw more power towards myself to manifest a pure thought and feeling. Okay, so well done here. So love on the brain here. Love on the brain. Why does Taurus have love on the brain? So yeah, there you go. So it does. It feels like that a lot of you could really be like single, but what you're trying to manifest is nothing. Just don't try to manifest a specific person. Because if you are constantly thinking about this person here, if you are constantly thinking about this person is going to take away your power. Okay, so what we look at, we don't look at I'm very powerful, okay, we look at your energy. That's what we look at. Your energy is light, vibrant. It isn't coming across as through your heart space of a wave of negative energy, okay. It gives off a good signal and a good vibe, but if what you are doing is thinking about this, it can start to destroy this, okay. So this spiritual hating energy here is going to come up as a lesson, okay, could do, because it could be where the person that you didn't want suddenly starts to want you, and you start to go back through the same cycle of the past, because they trick you and fool you to make you believe that they're sorry. Now, they could be. People do actually start to realise a lot about themselves and actually change, and I used to promote the fact that they don't. Not knowing that that dickhead was actually me, right? Because don't forget, I am a masculine person, right? Believe it or not. So you guys or whatever is feminine, but I can be known as the dickhead, the dickhead arsehole, masculine energy that doesn't pay attention to the feminine. Okay, so there's kind of like this energy that some of you may be getting a chance to get with this person from the past. Now, if you're moved on and you just enjoying making this person squirm a little bit, so what's this idol? Loved, respected and admired, idolized fan. Really? A 5? Sagittarius, Taurus or a life path? Feels like a disappointment. It could be the spiritual hater person here. Could be I'm in the public eye and these are people that don't like people that are getting attention here. I don't like it, the fact that you get more attention than I do. What is that for? Where is that coming from? Who is that? Could be a spiritual hater person here. Because you're idolized, I don't like the fact that other people are idolized and I'm not getting all of the attention. That's a lot around tarot people as well. So, you know, just be aware. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of arguments caused between different channels because they love, absolutely love and admire the limelight that they get, and they love it, okay? They really, really, really do engage with all of the people that are on YouTube, and they really do engage with them on a personal level, okay? And then they get the 5 of Cups, which means that they love all of the limelight, and they end up not liking it, the fact that others get limelight, because they want all of it. So then they become more of a spiritual hater because other people are maybe doing well other than them. So they're competitive. They're competitive. This spiritual person maybe here is competitive, possible here. Okay, possible. And I've seen it. I've seen people promote other channels and then turn out to be very nasty to the channels that they've so-called promoted, and then they wonder why other channels are not liking on them because they've figured them out here. So they get loads of attention, and they draw all of that in, and they become very close with all of their people. They form a cult, okay? And then when other channels start to find success, they don't like it here. They don't like it. It's there. I know of them. Trust me, I do. That dragon person was one of them. Believe me. Spiritual hater. I just don't like mentioning it because that ends up making that be me. I don't care what they do. But this person could also be the Libra energy as well. Okay. They do have Libra in their chart, that person. And so does the other one that I come up against here. The nun. She also fucking went tits up. Why? Because both didn't realise this. This is the truth. You guys may not know. The two channels that fucking humiliated me online, they both have Libra in their chart. Both of them. Capricorn, Libra, and Taurus. And Taurus. Maybe Sag, but they have Taurus and Libra in their chart here. Both of them do. Or they're like life path 5 energies as well, some of them. But again, here, spiritual hating on people, but they come up as tarot card readers. This is a mystic person, okay, a spiritual healer, but they've got this vibe about them that they hate other people getting more success than what they do here. This is why I can't stand them. They're fake as shit here. Kissing ass, you see? Kissing ass of also people here. Okay, so this is the spiritual stuff shit that's coming out. It may not relate to you, but I can see it as a message for a person here. If I was doing a reading and that was what they were inquiring about, this is pretty much what I would see here. And I would know of them because I also know of their chart. Kissing ass. What is kissing ass? Is Scorpio life path 4 people and also Aries. Well, that really does ring a bell there. But yeah, it's these are competitive energies. These are people that are like got, you know, 50,000 to 100,000 subscriber energies. You know, I don't know. People like Ali's tarot is very good because she keeps herself quiet. She doesn't engage in other tarot readers. She cuts off her comment section and she sticks herself to herself. She doesn't have emails really from other people and whatnot. And she doesn't engage, which is normally good, because of spiritual haters, because of the amount of abuse that they get in their channels. Okay. So that can also be different because she does have Libra in her chart. But then some of these people are slagging off other people because they do love that limelight energy there, here. So what is this going to mean towards you here, Taurus? Well, your environment of whatever it is that you've got around you, you've got people that are in the background. You see, this has to be online. These messages are really just online. Because this is, like I said, it's people that are in the background that are not making themselves known, okay, that watch and manipulate. This is that dragon person. They watch my channel and have done for ages, okay, and continue to do so, okay, and then started saying things on their channel of like, listen, Pisces, don't believe in all of this numerology bollocks. So it was obvious right here. So again, you've got to be online for this really to be anything. You've got to be online. Because if you're not putting out loads of stuff that's spiritual online and getting people to dislike it, then it's just kind of like, you know, if you're not doing anything in that manner, then it's really not going to relate to you. You've really got to be doing something that's spiritual for this to be valid here. And then this is kind of the same. It's kind of like idol, loved, respected and admired and idolized fan. But then this energy here, which can be also what I've just done on here, which I won't do online, on YouTube, but it's also fighting against these other people that I feel are fake as shit here, okay? And because I pick up that vibe from them of how they do it because they just love the attention here. So that has to be an online thing. Now, if this is to do with where you've told your partner that you're a twin flame soulmate, okay, and that you're twins and that you're soulmates and that you are spiritually divine guided people, which is really not a good route to go down, because when the milk turns sour, I ain't the kind of pussy to drink it. Do you know what I mean, Dave? So when that milk turns sour, okay, and you start hating it, they'll manipulate you as if to say, well, I thought we were twin flames and we're supposed to be forever, Trevor. You know, that you're supposed to be my long-life partner. That's what you first told me when we first met, that you're my twin flame, right? If you say that to a person that ends up being very manipulative, they hate upon that energy then, because it turns very restricted, because the twin realizes that they can't control the other twin, and you mirror each other. So they start getting very fed up and frustrated with the signs and the vocabulary of you're a fucking narcissist, you're a spiritual hater, you're a fucking gaslighter, you know, you're a problem, and you end up blaming your twin, which is that you're just blaming the mirror of you, which is the other partner of you, and that's why you destroy your twin flame ones. That's why they turn very karmic. So you either continue to go through a cycle of that, and then through those cycles you actually learn what that person's really capable of doing, which means how nasty are they prepared to go to try and control you, right? What lengths are they prepared to go to get your attention? How many times will they keep battering your head in and then stop talking to you, get you to talk and then ghost you, and then run off, and then, you know, do all of that weird fucking shit to try and destroy themselves of you, okay? So you'll go through ending after ending after ending after ending. So this becomes very private, very personal. You can do what I did, and then you can put your life out online, and then people hate the fact that you got back together with the person. And then you can also get their family involved in relationships, and their family end up hating you, which, trust me, the person, I'm back with Emily, okay, we've been really working things out really well. Her stepfather is a Taurus and her mother has Sagittarius in her chart. They absolutely fucking hate me. They hate me. They really do. They can't. She literally said that you're in a relationship with a very bad narcissist, and her mother is a lunatic with a narcissist, and they both are. So I just stay out the way. I don't care what they say about me. But again, because of all of the breaking up and the stuff that we went through in our cycle, this is why I tried to tell you guys, if you've got children and they're going through relationships, is to try not to be very judgmental over on their relationships. Because I just realised another sequence here. This is my partner that is now here, okay, having fun and everything else and blah, 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 and working things out, which can mean an ex, but it can mean within your family. Your children are kind of like, you know, in relationships, and they're kind of working things out where they may have split up in the past and got back together. But then these people here are hating the fact that they're back together with someone, okay? And they blame and they hate. This person that can't stand me literally went to see another psychic reader, okay, but hates what I do. Yeah. Oh my God, the vibration that comes from that person is unreal. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's people that are hating the fact that people are happy. It's people that can't stand it that their possible sons or daughters have found a person, or they've gone through like relationships and they've split up and they're broke up and they're talking and then they're not talking and they're getting back together. You see, and then you get spiritual haters. Okay, you get people that can't stand it that people are happy. So this doesn't have to be spiritual. This can be family. Okay, this can be ex and also family. So, you know, like I said, when you go through these, if you tell your family that you've split up and then you've got back together, and you've split up and you got back together, your family end up hating one of the people. But the one thing that I ever did diss about my mum is the fact that she is always very forgiving of me and Emily. She doesn't care. She doesn't mind. She loves Emily. She sees it for what it is. She wanted us to get back together because it was great. But her side of the family, oh, fuck no. No, they all can't stand me. They can't, because they are very controlling people. They store shitloads of food in the cabinets down below. They've got like 500,000 tins of potatoes that don't go off because of the apocalypse that's coming. They're racist. They can't stand ethnic people. They can't. They're racist. They keep loads of fucking potatoes down in the cabinet. Okay, they believe in conspiracy theories. They were telling everybody not to have the COVID jab because of all of the amount of things that are being injected into your body, and that we're going to be fucking raided by aliens. They're fucking loopy. And those people actually called me a narcissist because of our breaking up here. Okay, they sleep in separate rooms. They do. I'm not going to divulge into their life, but when you really look at it, it's keeping this quiet here. Basically, it just says what it is to keep your love life and keep it quiet. But basically, if you're going through this could be your ex, that hates the fact that you're in a relationship. It could be your mother or your mother-in-law. My girlfriend is a life path 5, Taurus, right here. So, again, mother-in-law hates person. Mother hates person. Mother-in-law hates person. Ex hates person. You see? So, it's people that are possibly saying that they're slightly spiritual, but they've got no clue on a deeper level of life. They don't understand life. They don't understand life after life. They might believe in afterlife, okay? But they don't believe when it comes to people making mistakes. They're not forgiving of a mistake. You make a mistake, they're not forgiving of it. So, this could be your mother. Your mother can't stand you or your partner. Your mother-in-law can't stand the person, you see? So, it's up to you. It could be your father or your mother doesn't like what you do spiritually. Can't stand what you do spiritually, okay? If you are involved with a spiritual person and you are divine union, your mother or mother-in-law do not like what you guys are as soulmates. Here. They don't. Okay? So it's about not telling them. Keeping it to yourself, learning. Do not tell, which is what we're learning, me as a couple. What we're not doing is engaging in her mother or father. We're just not telling them anything that goes on in our life. If they ask, she doesn't tell them. Okay? So what they've done is taught her to lie. That's what they do. When you come up very opinionated, you teach your kids or your children, when you have an opinion, to lie. Because someone has forced their hand now, that has taught this child or this couple to lie to this couple here. Because of the amount of hating and the idolised, like trying to get attention from the child and then not wanting it and wanting it and not wanting it. This can be grandparents, blah, blah, blah. Everything else, everything that you've done nothing but literally just teach me to lie to you and keep you out of my life here. Because I don't trust you. You've broken my trust, you've broken everything else. Okay, every time I make a decision for myself as a child, have you had an opinion that I shouldn't be doing that? So, because I have my own life and I'm governed by my feelings of what I feel is right for me, you're out here. So, this person might keep trying to get back into a cycle, but it isn't going to be that easy. It isn't going to be that easy. I think you guys really have learnt something there, Taurus. Okay. So, I think we got somewhere with that eventually. Sorry if I had to keep mentioning myself, but I do believe in telling you guys those stories, so it ends up coming out as what the story is. Okay, I've got to see the story and relate to it to see the pattern. Okay, that's pretty much how I read. But some people, they just don't like that. But it is what it is. Personal experience gives you messages through the reading to let you guys know where it is. Okay, the behaviour that one learns from teaches another to learn from one's mistakes. It's just evolution. So let's see. Any other messages for Taurus here, please? So thank you for leaving me. I hope you're happy for me. We're not right for each other, and I don't really know you. So you've got nothing but a conspiracy here in your whole reading, the other one and this one. It's just thank you for leaving. I'm really not bothered about you anymore. You don't give me any respect. You speak, you don't speak, you split up, you don't get back together. Or it's the mother-in-law or father-in-law. But whichever way it is, we're not talking. I hope you're happy. I don't mind if you are or whether you're not. I'm just not speaking to you. And we are not right for each other. We are not on the same page. We are not. There's a Piscean energy here also, or a life path 3. Okay, we are not right for each other. We are not on the same wavelength. I don't really know you. Okay, now, like I said, look for the pattern, okay? My girlfriend is a life path 5, okay? Life path 5, so it puts her in this reading of the reading that was happy there, okay? There was an energy here that wasn't happy for someone, okay? So this energy is coming from the vibe of the ones that do not care, do not give respect, that lie or cheat, or have totally and utterly disrespected this energy by blaming and hating and also attention seeking and then closing down and shutting up and then ghosting. So whichever way you look at it, some, regardless of whether this be mother, mother-in-law, father or daughter, okay, and family, or whether it be the relationship of the people against the family, okay, or whether it be just everybody at odds. It's up to you. But there can be a couple that is here present, and then this be the ex-couple or the ex-partner or the family or both. But whichever way it is, separation, avoidance, keeping things to myself, not telling you, rising up in my power, not engaging in what your mother or your mother-in-law think about me. I don't really care. It's our relationship, nobody else's. What we're doing in our life is ours, not anyone else's. I'm blocking you out, not engaging in your life, not engaging in phone calls, telephone calls or anything like that. It's obvious that you don't have respect for me, so you're out. Okay, so we are not right for each other. I don't really know you at all. I hope you're happy for me, and thank you for leaving. I've understood my lesson. Bon voyage. End of story. Congratulations, Taurus, or the other person. You've learnt something here. Okay, well done. Congratulations. You've passed with honours. We'll wait and see what your next reading brings. Try not to engage with these people or this past, and hopefully your readings might start to change. If you do go back, it's no shame. It's no skin off anyone else's nose. It's up to you guys what you do and how many times you want to learn it. Through my mistakes, I have learnt that some bad relationships can end up working themselves out if you continue to try and work through it with that person. Okay, but again, you only eventually come to that decision of whether it will or whether it won't. You're leading your own lives. You know what happens in it. Okay, so there you go, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you on your next one.